Tommy Lucchese was different from what you'd expect from a mob boss. Standing at just 5'4", he wasn't physically imposing, but his influence over New York's criminal underworld was immense. Lucchese was the hidden genius behind one of the most powerful mafia families in America. Born Gaetano Lucchese in 1899 in Palermo, Sicily, Lucchese immigrated to the United States with his family in 1911, settling in the crime-ridden neighborhood of East Harlem. By the time he was a teenager, Lucchese had already found his way into the world of organized crime, and it wasn't long before he made a name for himself. Lucchese's rise to power was marked by his intellect, his ability to navigate the dangerous waters of New York's criminal landscape, and his loyalty to the Mafia's code of honor. In the 1920s, he became closely associated with the notorious gangster Charles "Lucky" Luciano, one of the architects of modern organized crime in America. Lucchese's loyalty and strategic mind earned him Luciano's trust, and by the 1930s, he had risen to the rank of underboss in what was then known as the Gagliano crime family. But it wasn't just his criminal activities that made Lucchese powerful. He was a master of political connections, understanding that real power lay not only in the streets, but also in the corridors of political influence. Lucchese was known for his ability to keep a low profile while wielding incredible power. He operated behind the scenes, avoiding the flash and flamboyance that brought down other mobsters. While other mafia figures ended up in the spotlight, either through trials or media attention, Lucchese quietly expanded his empire. His influence stretched across labor unions, particularly in the garment and trucking industries, giving him control over vital sectors of New York's economy. Lucchese valued loyalty and rewarded those who remained faithful to him. He ran his crime family like a tight-knit business, ensuring that his associates were well taken care of, and in return, they protected him fiercely. This loyalty made the Lucchese crime family one of the most stable and powerful of the 5 families in New York. Despite his success, Lucchese was often overlooked in the annals of mafia history. Perhaps it was his diminutive stature or his preference for staying out of the spotlight, but Lucchese never sought the fame that other mob bosses seemed to crave. He was content to remain in the background, pulling the strings and orchestrating the moves that would keep him and his family in power for decades. But make no mistake, Tommy Lucchese was a man to be feared. His small stature belied a cunning mind and a ruthless nature. Those who crossed him rarely lived to tell the tale. Yet, unlike many of his contemporaries, Lucchese was also known for his discretion and his ability to maintain order within his ranks. In the 1950s, Lucchese's power peaked. The FBI and other law enforcement agencies were aware of his activities, but they had difficulty pinning anything on him. Lucchese's ability to avoid detection and stay ahead of the law was a testament to his intelligence and his careful planning. He maintained a network of informants and connections that kept him informed about potential threats, allowing him to neutralize them before they could become problems. By the time of his death in 1967, Tommy Lucchese had transformed his family into one of the most formidable crime syndicates in New York. He had ruled for over 2 decades, not with brute force, but with a shrewdness and strategic mind that made him one of the most successful and influential mob bosses of all time. Lucchese's legacy lives on in the annals of mafia history. He may not have been as flashy or as famous as some of his contemporaries, but in the world of organized crime, he was a force to be reckoned with. Tommy Lucchese, the 5'4" gangster who ruled New York's underworld, proved that in the mafia, brains could be just as powerful as brawn. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating historical insights. For more in-depth stories, stay tuned to our channel.